Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. And how is everybody? I just love this artwork so much in the cool kind of wash of colors. It's kind of like brushed nickel and silver and platinum and cream. It's so beautiful. So let's look at all the words together. Not a race, rush. Not a cat, hunting, and desire. So I love this rush, hunting, desire. To me, this talks about wanting something new, wanting to evolve. You know, we're all allowed to grow. We're allowed to change our mind, our attitudes, and become stronger and lighter and happier and, you know, get excited about our life and new experiences. And that's kind of the cool thing with the precision of divine timing. It will bring us that little inclination, that little kind of like tingle in our mind that is like, let's shake this up a little bit. What would you like to do? You know, what would you love to just devour and make you so happy? Whether it's salsa lessons, writing a book, learning tarot. For me, I get so jazzed out that I almost have to be careful when I start making new jewelry, especially if I make like a whole matching series of something, you know, earrings and necklace and bracelets. I get in such a tizzy that hours and hours and hours and hours will go by. Like last night I was making some things for a friend and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning and I didn't even know that. That's the rush I get from it. Doing the colors and all of the fun things, and I become lighter and I become freer when I'm doing this. I get lost in the fun freedom of creating. So what else is going to help your personal growth? So let's get hunting. That's basically the consensus of all my guides when I find things getting a little stale. When I wake up and I just jump into some kind of pattern. I know right away a pattern I'll always keep is to do my daily when I first get up, because it raises my vibration right away. It lets me see all the possibilities, all the light, all the glowing things that I want to participate in, right? It gives me, firstly, it gives me a kind of blueprint how I'm going to start my day, so I don't just start aimless and I'm like, well, what should I do? Because when we wake up, we will be inundated by ego and so many things of how are you going to look today? What are you going to wear? Where are you going? All of this and that. And, you know, all of these things will chime in. But when we just have this kind of like happy hunting, what do we truly desire? That's what we have to ask ourselves, you know, so stop and breathe. Our reality is totally shaped by what we believe. So when we take a deep breath, let's reassess and realign and let go of anything that doesn't help or really appeal to us. What are we really desirous of? You know, the how, the when, the whys, and what do we think that is going to bring us joy and growth? Because that's huge too. Because if something doesn't resonate for us, let's just drop it. If we did something yesterday and it was just a bore snore galore, forget it. I'm not doing it. I'm in such a rhymey phrase. I don't know what's going on with dreams lately. I'm having the craziest dreams. Okay, get a load of this. So last night, I have this dream I'm with, I don't even know who these people are. One of them looked kind of like Perez Hilton. One looked like Johnny Depp. All these people, it was in this weird old rickety house. And either Perez Hilton or somebody was like in a trance and they had this raven, and if people came over and they didn't like the person, they'd have the raven like peck at him or bite him, and I was like trying to cast this spell on the raven to cease and desist, but it was so real, it was so frantic and not so, it was really bizarre. And I woke up and I was like I was disorientated because I was like, whoa, what is happening? But today is also my father's birthday. He passed many years ago, but my family and I, we decided, because I love my offspring that's so sensitive, that we're going to do something like get nice flowers, write our names on golf balls. My father loved golf. Write my mother's name too, and bury a couple trees, do something nice, say a prayer. And so I'm excited about that. But it was one of those things that was like the happy hunting grounds for me and Joni. Like, what can we do for them? What are some of their favorite foods? What are some of their favorite rituals? What are some stories we can tell? All of this, and it created this rush and this desire to do this. But again, discernment is choosing wisely, and you know, we can choose who we want around us, what we want to participate in, what we want to believe, but more importantly, we can break free from something that we think might be a desire or helpful, but it's one of those things that we've just done maybe out of obligation. It could be the way that you like clean your house. I know that I remember being young, one thing that I loved, there was no like, mom wakes up at 10 and vacuums and does dishes or whatever. My mom worked with schizophrenics and she'd be off and she'd come home always. And this is true to this day. And I thought this is so weird. So we do sort of follow some patterns of our parents. All the men in my family, brothers, husbands, they seem to do the housework and the cooking for my mom, and then for this household too. I'm like, I just don't have time for that. It's not my bag. It's not my desire. And I thought it was so funny that I was like, I have to find a situation like my mom did. She was rigged up correctly. She could do whatever she wanted. Everything was taken care of. So one of those things. But listen, when we see something that is going to provide us with this beautiful, happy hunting and desire, move quickly, get fast movement on these hunches that come in. So I also feel like we need quick self-examination. Like, why do we want these things and why are we desirous of them? Sometimes I will start with that. Like, I'll think, I want to go to the store and I want to browse and do this and that. But then I'll dig deeper and I'll go, what are you actually looking for? Do you need anything in the store? Because that leads to impulse buys, wasting time, and all of that. So when I really dig deep and I look, I recognize, no, I do not. Therefore, I don't go into that. And then I save my money and then I can stay home and create or go out to the beach. But this is really important in knowing also that you're worthy. Abundance is everywhere around you. Feel worthy and open yourself up to receive all these gifts. What you desire, you can have. So happy hunting to this. If you want to connect with somebody, yes. No more focusing on what we lack, whether it is rest, time, luxury, good food, whatever, a better job. Let's just say what really fulfills me. I know that I love quality time for creating, quality time for looking at artwork, talking to friends, reading, sharing a good meal, all of that. So identify what it is that kind of fulfills these desires, then happy hunting, plan the day around it, and get that rush that you deserve. But this is also rush in terms of you do not need to hurry. I like to think of it as like a adrenaline rush, like it makes you happy. I have taken rushing and hurrying and scurrying off my agenda. That is the one thing that puts me in a like aggravated headspace. So in terms of anything, I always leave a lot of time. If I have an appointment, I don't like thinking that I'm going to be late to something, nor do I like to pack too much into a day, because I just want to experience things nice and in a natural timeline. So create time for yourself to have a nice fluid flow and feel like you have plenty of times on your hands and you don't have to, hurry. It also helps us practice patience, because conditions sometimes outside us determine the best time to move forward when it comes to this too. So it's like, what is the desire? So wait and work on something until something pops up too. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we just need to change our environment, look around, see what's happening, and then go for it. And again, it's really important to remember whatever you are wanting and desirous of, identify, are you aligned with this? Do you truly want it? And if yes, just go for it and know you're worthy of it. So you guys, that is what you were meant to hear today. I just love this artwork. I always think his name is, it's Paolo, I think Paolo Bibieri, and he does calendars. He is this most amazing Italian artist, and I have his calendars, his artwork. He works in animals and dragons and fairies, and he's just absolutely superb. I actually have this is one of my favorite things, and one day I think I might get this artwork for my wall, because what is better than a tiger unicorn? This is a tunicorn, and I love it, and I'm living for it. So get your little tunicorn selves out there and create that magic that you deserve. Find out what you truly desire and know that you're worthy of it. So love and light.